The following program was provided by a valued member of our local community. Rogers TV is proud to support local producers and share local voices, ideas, and opinions. For more information, please visit our website.
Hi everybody, and welcome back to You Can Paint Too. I'm your host, Matt Watkinson, and today I got a nice little scene to show you. It's black and white monotone, just to prove to you that you don't need all these colors to paint. And without further ado, let's just get right into it. I have today just a regular old 16 by 20 canvas. I have liquid white, or linseed oil if you want to call it, and then titanium white spread all over that nice and thin. And like I said, I want to show you today that you don't need many colors to paint, just black and white. And this painting will teach you a lot about value too. So let's just, like I said, get right into it. I'm going to go right up to a little bit of the ivory black up here. Just get a little bit on the brush and just go right up here in the top corner of the sky and just start doing the same thing, just spreading it around in little X strokes, trying to get lighter towards one side. It should get grayer at least towards one side. And right now we're not worried about all these brush strokes in here. We'll fix those up in a second. We just want to put a little bit of color basically down here. And I don't know what we'll have down here, but clean my brush off down here anyways. This will probably turn into some land, or you could turn it into water if you want. I'm going to put this brush down and just grab a clean brush here, just to get rid of, like I said, all these little brush strokes. Yeah, they just disappear back into nothing, into the sky there. Broad strokes to finish it off. Just gonna wipe off some of the excess here. One more time. Go up here and just want to make sure that we have a bit of a lighter horizon and that it's darker at the top. Down here, again, don't really care so much. And let's say, like in this one, if you want to make your horizon a little bit lighter, you can just go and put in a little bit of white here in the middle, and it'll bring that back out again. Oil is very forgiving as a medium. So usually with acrylic paint, if you put some paint down, it dries really fast. So this oil won't dry out on you. You can manipulate it, play with it, change it for quite a while after you deposit it onto the canvas. This is pretty good for what I'm trying to achieve, I should say. Now, I'm gonna I'll take this fan brush here, get pure white on it. I'm just gonna tap in a few clouds, smush them in, who cares? Thought about tapping them, change my mind. Put one there, maybe one sort of comes here. I really think that you can make a cloud. It's pretty easy, as you can see. There's not really much technique to it other than knowing basically how a cloud looks, which you can do, which most people know, I should say. And a few little techniques with your paintbrush. So just want to dust this out at the bottom part of the cloud. Just swish it around, bring the color down towards the lighter horizon, and everything underneath this top part of the cloud, this very top ridge up here, I want to make sure I don't touch that one. I want to leave them as crisp as I can, just the one side. Same here, pull this one down, make it blend out and over there into nothing. Now this one sort of looks like it connects down here, and that's good. We'll take, well, let me clean off this brush first, actually. Get all the excess paint off that I can. Wipe it off there. And then just want to gently just blend these clouds out together. Just soften them up a little bit. Try to keep some of the brush strokes out of our sky. I'm gonna grab a little bit of paper towel here. Wipe off some of the excess paint from my brush. And like I said, just go back over here and just smooth all these out. Oh. If you got a little bit of black down there, that's fine. You can just blend it all out. Okay. I'm gonna take my palette knife here. I'm gonna go into some black and we'll make a little bit of a mountain up here today. I'm just gonna take this and just scraping some off, getting a little bit on my knife right here like this. I'm just gonna sort of figure out where I want this mountain to be. And just want to make sure that we establish this sort of the main shape of it over here. All this other stuff underneath is almost irrelevant because we're going to smooth all this out in 1 second and then put highlights all over it. So clean off my knife here. That looks pretty good. Get my clean, dry-ish 2-inch brush, and I'm gonna pull this down just like that. Let this color come all the way down, and we just want to sort of blend out into nothing. Pull this down like so. Come back over here and just dust that all out. I just want it to look like it's sort of floating there. There we go. And removing all this excess paint will make it easier for our next layer to go on. Okay, now I'm going to take a bit of that pure white, and I'm going to, actually first though, I'm going to try to get a little bit of this excess paint off here. Really by the top of this ridge, I want to make sure that there's maximum space down here for our highlight to live. So I'm gonna take, again, I'm gonna load my knife, pull it really flat, pull it a little tiny bit like that. Just like this. And I'm gonna come right at the very top here at this heart. I imagine the light's coming from this side. And I'm just gonna place it at the top and pull it down and out. Make it look like a bit of snow coming out there. Same with this side. Mountains are kind of fun to do. They seem a bit scary, but they really are a lot of fun and easy this way too. I'll put a little bit up there for him. Just this little peak, maybe a bit of light's coming out there to get him. And maybe a little bit more here. This strengthen him a lot. Now on the other side, I'm going to take a bit of just this black and white mixed together. It makes kind of a gray color. Can go over here too. Just make it a little bit noticeably darker. On the other side of your highlight, you can pull a little bit of the gray down and pull the opposite angle that your mountain is going. We can put a little bit here, cover him. Add a bit more white. Make that little peak sort of stand out a bit more. Maybe add a bit more on this guy too. Want him to look really bright. Right about there. That's pretty good. Now, from here, I'm gonna take a clean brush and just sort of dust this up. You just wanna lightly come back here and just sort of disturb this very bottom part of this mountain. And I'm pulling up towards the mountain, following the sort of slope of each one of these little plains here, as you can see. And then from there, just dust it out. We have a nice little black and white mountain. Now, I'm gonna take, let's use the fan brush. Use the fan brush. You're gonna get a little bit of, I got some white on there. I'm just gonna add some black to it, make a sort of darker gray color. Maybe I'll make a light gray color actually. Want it to be pretty good, pretty dark, but not too dark. These are still far away, so I want to save the darkest ones for the foreground. I think that maybe we'll have a little row of trees that goes back here. I'm just tapping downwards. Trying to make sure that there's no little gaps filled in here. And like I said, these ones are far away, so they're still quite a bit gray. We can maybe go up here and go on the other side. Add some more. They get bigger. So you come down here. Make sure that you fill in all the little spaces though. Or else it kind of looks a bit weird. Okay. Now, with a hopefully cleanish brush, I just want to tap out the bottom of these just to diffuse it a little bit. Make them look soft, and then just, let me clean off this brush a little tiny bit more. Then just up, just gently go up. Dust the bottom of this out. Now, from here, let's build a little bit of land. And this is easy. We're gonna take pure white. You can see me load it onto this brush. You get a whole lot of it on your brush. And let's just figure out here where we want our land to sort of come. I'm gonna start right up here. Pull it down. Maybe something like that. Then from there, again. And this is just letting this run out too as it goes down towards the foreground. Very easy. Now, let's say you want to take this plane and make it look like there's one that comes in front of it. Get a little bit more white, if you can. Thin it out a little bit. Let's come right in front of here and bring him right in front. And let it just sort of fade off into there. And just like that, you have a little bit of a nice snowy ground. Now, I'm gonna actually clean my fan brush, get all the gray that I had on there off, if I can. Hopefully get most of it. Wipe the brush off really good, and I'm gonna go into black. Ivory black, just putting a whole bunch of paint on the paintbrush. Okay. Well, we got our mountain here, and I think that maybe it'd just be good to have a few trees right on this side. So I'm just gonna indicate where I want the tops of my trees to be. Go back into the black and just, I'm using pure black, put in the shapes of some nice evergreen trees. They come right here on this snowbank here in the back. Other side of my brush seems to be working a little bit better today. Get a bit more paint up there at the top. Pressing harder and harder as you get down. The fan brush has a shape that's just sort of naturally for evergreen trees or pine trees, Christmas trees, whatever you call them. Here in Brantford, it's getting to be spring now, but I just love painting these winter scenes so much that I'll do them any time of the year. Just want to fill this little back part in with some trees. Maybe I'll just probably close it off there on that side. Yeah, maybe a little bit of a bigger one up there. We're going to come back and put highlights on all these so they'll make a bit more sense too. Now, on this side, I'm gonna find my knife, if I can. You get a little bit of that same color. I'm just gonna strengthen some of these tops a little bit. I don't know why, I just wanna have some nice, and if you want, you don't even have to have trees there. You can just add more little tops like that, and that'll make it look like there's a lot more trees there than there really is. For this other side though, I'm gonna go a little bit taller. I want these trees over here to seem a bit closer, and one way to do that is by changing the size. So I'm gonna take the rest of this black that I got up here and just pop in another little tree. Down, 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 pressing harder and harder. And I'll wait till I get right about here on this bit of the snow. Hopefully I got enough black paint here to get these in. I should be okay. Again, this is pretty boring, I know, but I'm just putting in the shapes of all these trees here. Just trying to get it. We're not really worried about all that's going on under here. In the center of these trees, this area, because we're gonna highlight all that and separate it, so. Let's just finish popping these all in. Last one. Just like that. You have some pretty little evergreen trees. Now, I'm gonna take the brush that I was using to make my snow with. I'm gonna pull a little bit from here, and it makes it look like a little shadow coming out of the tree. Just if you pull a little bit from the base of this tree, it'll give that nice effect. There we go. But I want that plane to still look about the same. So, okay. I'm gonna clean off all the black off this brush. We don't need any more black on here. We're just gonna highlight now. Clean it off really good. Got my brush quite a bit cleaned off. Get a little bit of linseed oil on here, just to make this paint really nice and thin. Maybe a little bit more. And I'm just putting white, loading my fan brush up with a whole bunch of white. Now we can come up here and just start touching on one side of the tree where you think there's going to be little highlights. Where you think it's cool, you might notice I have my paint got a little bit almost too thin, but in this scene that actually looks fine because it looks like there's just bunches of snow piled up there on the edge of the pine trees, evergreen trees, Christmas trees. Let it get darker and put less highlights toward the bottom. Trees like this are usually have a lot less highlights on them toward the bottom that we can see. On this side, I'm going to keep the light coming from this part of the tree, but you notice that I'm starting to get a little bit of a gray tone on my paint that I have, the white paint. It started to mix with a lot of the black on the palette, and every time I reload, it's turned into a gray, but that's fine because these trees are a little bit farther back, so we don't want them to stick out so much. And again, I'm just putting some of these highlights on one side. Some of them looks like it's got some snow dripping down, and that's good. It adds to the painting. There we go. This guy, just a couple on him, nothing much. Okay, well, let's grab our palette knife. Let me go right off camera real quick. Just get a little bit more titanium white on my palette here. I'm running out of space. I'm going to take some of this and I'm going to pull it out. And now, where we established our planes, I'm going to come back here with the white and just dance that down like that. Makes it look like all types of snow and highlights like that happening. This painting is super simple. You practically can't screw this one up. Put a little bit here too. Just a little bit. A little bit of texture. These are still a little bit far away, but they're a bit closer, so I want to see a little bit of texture. Okay. Now, we got a little bit of time left here. Maybe in this back corner, this bottom right corner over here, we can just take some of that dark color. Maybe let me get a little bit more. Hold on, gotta go. Camera 1 second real quick again. Grab a little bit more of the black. Yeah, load it up onto my brush. And maybe right about here, there's some bushes. We just wanna put in a little bit of dark color so that when we go to highlight this, it all shows up. Wipe off this brush a little bit over here. Oh, get my clean white brush actually. And same thing, pull some of the shadows down. Right there. I'm gonna actually clean off my brush here one more time, hopefully the last time for this painting. A little bit of paper towel. And now back into a little bit more white. Really, really bright this time. And if you can, get your paint to be a little bit thin. Add some paint thinner or linseed oil to it. And I'm gonna go right at the top of all these little bushes here, and I'm just gonna start to highlight them a little bit. Just make it look like snow. Just coming up there. Just sprinkled on some of these top little bits. Don't put it over all of these dark parts. Leave some at the bottom so that it looks like there's a little dark spot under there. Maybe a little mouse is hiding under there or something in the snow. Who knows? There we go. All right. Well, I'm gonna add a little tiny bit more highlight to him, just to make it really bright here towards this side. Again, really trying hard not to kill all these little bottom things. All right, well, maybe we have enough time left. Heck it, let's do a signature, birch tree. We have enough time. Just throw it in there. Maybe he's right in front of this little section here, but he's a little crooked too. Comes right in front of our little pile of bushes. And we're just gonna have one tree today, actually. I like that. I'm gonna grab my liner brush, go into the black again, get it super, super, super thin. And just as usual, make some of our little branches here that stick out. Don't be afraid of some of them go over in front of your mountain. That's fine too. Maybe today we won't do a birch tree actually. We'll just take some of the gray that I have here. Just something in the middle here, a little lighter white gray, that's fine. And then you can go to one side of your tree and just, pardon me, I'll try to go on this side so I can show you a bit better. Just going on this side, and I'm just touching. I'm going up and touching on just one side. A bit more paint. And letting it fade out as it gets to the other side. I want to make sure though this side of the tree is distinctively lighter. You can just slap on some bark there, and on the other side you can leave it dark, or you can add a little bit of the lighter gray to make it look like a bit of reflected light. Grab your 1-inch brush, a little bit of snow at the bottom of him. And with that, I think that's a finished painting. Simple, monotone mountain scene that anybody can paint. This one's a lot of fun, and I recommend that you try it. And until next time, we'll see you.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
This year, 2 groups of veterans and 2 teams of rookies compete to renovate 4 identical houses with their own signature style.
In the ultimate neighborhood knockout, we're gonna keep things fresh.
Get down and dirty.
And bury the competition.
Rock the Buck on HGTV.
For 25 years, you've been helping to make our roads safer by doing the right thing. You've been the designated driver, you've stayed over, called home, you've called a cab or a friend, and planned ahead. Let's keep doing the right thing. Support sober driving by getting yourself and your friends home safely.